You have to mention the Intercontinental.
And welcome back to Jeff Koinange live at the Intercontinental Hotel. What a show we have since our incarceration. Larry Madowo has left the building. Thank you. Fantastic job. Keep doing what you do, and the trend is no doubt smoking. Robert Alai, Dennis Itumbi are in the house. Tweets coming in thick and fast, or is it fast and furious? Charles Nyochai, chairman of CIC, has tweeted in saying Dennis Itumbi should stop embarrassing himself on issues of law that he clearly knows nothing about. Chairman CIC saying that. Edmund Kiru says Robert Alai asking leaders to be responsible for their actions and thoughts does not mean we hate them. Regarding corruption.
CIC chairman, let him respond to the facts I raised. I raised facts, I mentioned articles. He prefers a sideshow. Fantastic.
You know, but he says, you know, just stay away from this stuff.
And by the way, I quoted Eric Ngeno, who is a lawyer, who is a member of LSK, and who is a presidential speechwriter. Let him respond to the facts.
All right, we're going to get back to a couple more topics, but real quick, congratulations to Robert Alai. He's just been made chairman of Nyayo Embakasi, 5,000
houses.
Houses?
Yes.
How many population of how much?
The population is around 25,000.
Whoa.
Yes.
You're like an MP. You're like an MP.
Yes. So, you know, this is a model for the city. It's very nice what NSSF has done. You know, the building of the whole estate, the amenities, you know, we should have a playground there. We should have a supermarket, our whole shopping mall is coming up. We should have residential houses. We have mansionettes plus apartments, which are doing fine. So, in fact, with Dennis Itumbi, I would invite the president to come to see what should happen. Because I think Umoja should be brought down. I think these estates, you know, like the Zimmerman, should be brought down, the unplanned estates. Because there was a building which went down in Zimmerman, around the time the Garissa University happened. They could not access it because of the unplanned nature. But come to Nyayo Embakasi, you know, you see what kind of...
Fantastic. Congratulations, Mr. Alai. Congratulations for being appointed chairman.
Mr. Chairman.
He's appointed chairman of Nyumba Kumi.
Not appointed, elected.
Elected. Okay, so elected chairman of Nyumba Kumi.
Did you have elections, Alai?
We had elections.
So you can run for office then? You can run for real office?
Yes, you know, that's, I'm saying that we should be the change we want to see. So if today I want to criticize the government, I tell them that if what I'm saying is different from what you're doing, I can do it the way I'm saying it in a better way.
Once again, congratulations to Robert Alai for being elected the chairman of a Nyumba Kumi program. This is what we've been advocating to fight security.
He's reducing it to Nyumba Kumi.
It's actually Nyumba 500.
Nyumba 5,000.
Nyumba 5,000.
Yes.
Fantastic job. Congratulations, Alai, and welcome. Thank you for embracing government messaging. This is what every blogger should do. If we all organize ourselves into Nyumba Kumis like that, it would help fight security.
Would you encourage the president to come and come and visit Nyayo Embakasi?
Nyumba Kumi is our project. You can be sure it will have the support of the highest office in this land. And I encourage you to package it together.
Can I invite the president today through you to come and visit?
I will explain to you what's the process after this. Not on
the president should not be so hard to read.
But there's a process. I mean, you must write a letter to the president.
Why are you complicating the president?
Can I invite you? He's sending you to the president.
And I am telling him.
I'm doing him that favor.
Thank you.
The other option is to talk to that camera. Tell the president, can you please come to Nyayo Embakasi?
My friend, I am advising you about the institution called the presidency. It is an institution of record.
We know.
So it is important, even if you are sending me, you have sent me, and I'm giving you feedback on the spot. I'm not going, then I bring you feedback. I'm saying, give me a letter. It will still come through me, and I will table the letter until you get on the diary.
This is a digital government. This is a digital government.
That's what I'm saying. Send it by email.
Okay, real quick, gentlemen. To discuss Alai.
Yes.
The retirement benefits for the former prime minister, former vice president, denied. The reason being given, and Dennis, you can jump in. The reason being given is they're not really quite retired.
Yes.
So retire from politics, you get your benefits.
Yes.
Otherwise, if you're still into politics, it's like taxpayers are paying you. Your thoughts?
Are we paying the former president Moi benefits?
Yes.
Yes. But he's not politicking?
Well, not actively.
No. What do you mean actively? You want to see him in State House?
He's not running for president in 2017 like the former prime minister.
That's the only challenge. You know, you fear Raila running. you know the issue. I'm not a spokesman for Raila. He's not even the person who pays me. I don't even meet him that much. I have a problem with some of the ways he's handling his own campaign. But the issue is, if you are paying others, it's only good that you pay him.
Dennis.
First of all, that discussion is misplaced. Who said the president returned the bill because people have not retired? Where is the fact? Where is the paper? Where is the fact? The president, and this is not the first time that bill is being returned. You know that it was passed at one time, it was returned again. This is the second time. Where is the memorandum? The president returns a bill to parliament with a clear memorandum. The
But
president
what has
is
been
returning
reported
this
in the
bill. What has been reported in the media, and I've told you before, the media is not an authority. They are guessing that Jeff represents the media. Let him authenticate that he has seen the memorandum.
Okay, but is the word from State House that it will not be signed or sent
Yes,
to?
yes, it has been sent back to Parliament with
Correct.
a memorandum for equity purposes. Putin Mudiawari, who served in as a vice president. We do not make bills.
So you want to add more people on it?
Just a minute. We do not.
You know,
Just a minute.
You know, that's the challenge I have with the.
No. Can I respond? First of all, you are wrong. Now I've told you. So
No,
don't-
I'm saying,
let me
what,
give
what
you
I'm,
the full
what I'm
facts
saying,
before
I'm
you
not,
get
I'm,
it
not, I'm,
wrong
not,
again.
I'm not disagreeing with him. What I'm saying is that I have a problem with the bill being mentioned, you know, being pegged on personalities. You cannot write a bill just because of Raila, just because of Mudiawari.
Then he can have something to respond to. Because first of all, he started it wrongly. So let me take him to the fact, then he has something to respond to. One, a memorandum was written back to Parliament, and that memorandum will be made public by the Speaker. So I'll not go to the entire detail of it. But the memorandum requires that equity is done for all officers who have served. And it actually raises the point he's saying, that bills in this country should not be developed for individuals. They should be developed for posterity. So that if Robert Alai is no longer the chairman of Nyayo State and he is the president or the deputy president for that matter, we don't have to say add Robert Alai with another bill in Parliament, or we have the same thing and the same discussion
addendum,
and the media getting it wrong and
Yeah.
all that stuff. It becomes an automatic succession of states.
Okay, so
in
then-
fact, presidents should leave and we get them forming foundations, being actively involved.
Like they do in other places.
Yeah,
Okay, real
Kibaki
quick.
is doing water now.
So the president will sign this at some point?
He sent it to Parliament, so Parliament has to. Parliament will debate it. We will use the law to make sure that whether they accept the memorandum or not. And you know what the law says: if they reject the memorandum, the bill will automatically become law in a certain period of time. So that process is active. The president has done his bit. Let the legislature do his bit, and that is the same thing with institutions of state do their bit.
The issue of security,
Yes.
still a challenge. Kenya still being bombed. If Otieno Kajwang was alive, we would say bomb, 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 bomb. You know, and that's our problem. Because personally, I think that security is a very important matter, which the president has handled very casually. In fact, that's the only field where I feel like Uhuru was not ready for the presidency.
Security.
Yes. He handled it so casually, you know, saying one day that if you criticize, if today you are traveling to Burundi and KTN wrote to you, you know, a memo on where to visit and what not to visit, it is not the mistake of KTN. They want to protect you because you are somebody important to them. So that's what the British and the Americans are doing to their citizens in this country. They are not making any mistake by, you know, issuing the travel alerts. In fact, Kenya should also issue their own travel alerts. The travel alerts don't have to be negative. The fact is that they are negative because you are not doing something. A police station has been raided in northeastern province. Nobody's talking about that thing. Uganda is occupying an island, a small island in Lake Victoria. We are not doing anything.
Ethiopians
There-
crossed the border.
there-
Was that
there-
story
there-
true, by the way?
there are issues which we cannot compromise on.
Sure.
The issue of security.
Can-
The issue of security. Every general there, every person wearing the uniform of the military and the police will tell you that that's an issue we cannot negotiate with any country.
Which brings me to the point, Dennis, and I know you have an answer for this, but the airplane, the presidential plane
Yes.
that was flying to Dubai and then on to LA, that was turned back. Real quick, Dennis, don't give us a little...
I stand by the statement we did.
Which was?
The statement was sent to media houses, was published. It is a fact.
What was it?
Refresh
The
us.
brief.
No. I mean, Jeff, what on that particular matter, on the issue of the aeroplane and the issue of Ethiopia, I will, first of all, on Ethiopia, we've not issued a statement as far as I know.
No, you haven't.
But, and I don't have a brief, so I do not know what happened, because you must appreciate I don't work for the security sector. I have to call and get a brief of exactly what happened, and I don't have these facts as I came here. Okay. On the issue of the presidential aeroplane, a reason was given about Yemen and why we came back. I stand by it.
Dennis.
Number two, let's
President
talk about
of
security.
Kenya, President of Kenya,
Flying through Yemen.
no, leaves the airport knowing that he's going to fly over a war zone.
Yeah.
Treason. Anybody who was
Straight.
flying the pilot of
Heads
that
should
plane
have rolled.
should have been
Fired.
That's treason. Somebody wants.
I leave it at that, unfortunately. Number two, on security, that was the big issue.
That's, you know, they cannot answer.
We must address security from the perspective of building a foundation to address security on a long term. We cannot. These short-term measures will be there, sending patrol will be there, but we also have to look at the larger picture of security. This government, since it took over, has bought more vehicles that have been bought since independence to ensure police mobility. 1,200 vehicles, and now we have a fleet of 2,400 vehicles within the police force, which has never happened in the Kenyan security. There has been a history of underinvestment in the security sector. We now have one unit of a command center, which is both on CCTV, which you would call technology fighting crime, and we have a clear structure established by the National Security Amendment Bill Act now, which then introduced a one command center where the Inspector General of Police has powers to summon across the divide all the resources.
Is that
are
operational,
required to
Dennis?
Now it's operational. It is operational now. Then the third thing, we must increase our investigative capacity. And if you go to CID headquarters tomorrow, you will see the forensic lab is on the third stage of building, and we will be able to unleash this within the next few months.
Okay.
So it is already happening. Number four, we must take complete control of our borders. And as the President said in the State of the Nation speech, which I've already given it to you, our immigration has significantly changed, and we are now fully in control of our exit and entry.
Okay, are we going to build that wall, Dennis?
That's another misframing of the media. People are saying you're building a wall from Lamu to all the way. The CS in charge of the interior went to Parliament and clearly explained the length of that wall. The facts are not very clear in my mind, but he clearly explained it's only a small part that requires.
So there is a wall that's going to be built.
Yes.
Someone's going to
And
make
that
a lot of
wall
money.
has been built. It's being built now in Saudi Arabia. Due to the fights there, it's
You know,
now
the
being built
US
in Israel.
We don't have that kind of money in Saudi Arabia.
The US built a wall
Yeah.
between them and Mexico.
Mexico.
It never stopped.
More
them from
Mexicans
crossing.
are still coming
South
over.
Africans built a wall between them and Zimbabwe. It never stopped.
Yet another misrepresentation of facts. The US-Mexico wall. And I even challenge the people who are listening to Google and tweet back to a lie to inform him. It has significantly reduced the narcotic trade in that area. Israel wall, which is clearly avoiding
It doesn't
Hamas.
work. It doesn't work.
in,
But
Hamas,
you know-
Okay.
in West Bank. It does work.
Yeah.
It does work.
Okay, real quick. Well, is there going to be a Department of Homeland Security created, Dennis? You can tell us this. You're privy.
I know there is a bill in Senate. That discussion is still going on. So let the bill pass.
Creating departments won't help.
We will not.
If I was the president and he was given the interior minister, you know, I wanted to be the police boss.
Seriously?
And, you know, but you know, they refused. They would not allow me.
Did you apply?
I applied. They would not allow me. You know, Kavuludi would not allow me next year. Because I believe the first thing they need to do is make the police wear one uniform. One command structure. What are AP, more
Yes.
regular and
Correct.
AP and what? The police should wear one uniform. Then we have the CID, which does the intelligence for the police. But if, as long as there's infighting, you know, if you go to any county today, the county police boss sometimes don't even have control over the AP boss. And that's a challenge.
Yeah.
You know, the command structure is in chaos.
Yeah.
So they need to find a way of handling that command issues where somebody has refused to report somebody sees the county commissioner as
No, those are things that used to happen, and we agree with the lie that was a challenge, but a challenge which we have seen sorted through the National Security Amendment Act, and you should read it and understand that it is now a clear command structure. And now moving away from security, let's get into the energy sector, because I've seen some few tweets directed at me on the energy sector. And Jeff, as I said, I have
More people.
army of facts.
No, you have let Dennis now take over
Yeah.
the show.
Now,
East
there is
African Portland Cement.
East African
By
Portland
the way,
Cement.
weren't you people selling this?
Listen, these are the bills of at least three, four top people who pay the highest bills in Kenya. I've given
What
you a
bill?
breakdown, electricity bills, from
Okay.
August to November last year, and I can provide you now from then on until now.
What's your point?
My point is this: we have significantly reduced the cost of power as government, and people are paying less. If you look at the first one, East African Portland, you'll see a saving of 23 million Kenya shillings so far. If you look at Cook, 1 million savings. If you look at Mabati Limited, 20 million Kenya shilling savings. From August to now, if you look at Baburi Cement, 18 million. And I have other bills which I'll provide to you because of time, of consumers, individual
There is a
consumers which you have
stock
pulled
of,
up.
Are your
Let me
bills
tell
been
you-
reduced, Robert?
Let me tell
The bills, my bills have not been reduced.
as the consumption gone up,
Listen. The challenge Dennis will have on this is that, you know, there are people who are resisting the electricity prices going down. And they are the independent petrol, you know, the diesel power generators, the operators.
Yeah.
You know, they need to be stopped. As long as we have the IPPs, they are not going to help the country. You heard the last time the energy secretary is saying that the country cannot afford to have more energy generated, more power generated into the grid,
Yeah.
because the country will lack what to do with it.
Correct. It'll
Which
be
was
too
very
much.
wrong.
Alai loves the old story too much. The independent power producers, why power is coming down is because government has dealt away with diesel production of power. Diesel production of power is what is called
Diesel
Just a
production
minute,
of power is
just a
still at
minute.
30%.
You have to listen, Alai. You
Where
have to
it
learn to
was.
listen. Because I mean, those independent power producers operate because they are the guys who say the dams, the water levels have gone down, so that they kick in generators, which then run on diesel to produce electricity. This government has reduced the cost of fuel charge on our bills. And how do you do that? By reducing diesel injection. And how have we managed? Through geothermal, which is injecting into our grid 44% of power. And the evidence is here. There is a clear decline
Geothermal,
by 52%.
we can do more.
In geothermal.
We can do
And also
more
wind.
geothermal.
Okay, gentlemen, apparently I'm overrunning my time. I don't know, you know, time just flies when you're having fun. Especially when you've been...
Just one more thing. It's
Yeah, but-
very important. One more thing.
Okay.
What
told
we
you.
have discussed government.
Yes.
What is a government in waiting doing? Where we can judge that in Parliament, because they are our MPs, they are our national leaders.
Okay.
What bills have they passed? They have passed 6 bills. How many have Jubilee passed? Over 35 bills. What kind of bills? What is the quality of bills that CORD has passed? Number 1, national flag, emblems, and names amendment
What do
bill.
you mean that
Just a minute.
God has passed bills?
No, CORD-sponsored bills. Sorry, let me amend that. CORD-sponsored bills. What are the bills they have sponsored? Boni Arware at Boni Mtetezi. National flags, emblems, and amendment bill. That is for governors whether they should fly flags or not. Number 2, reproductive health bill by Judith Jenny. This is a bill that gives adolescent kids the power to decide on abortion without parental authority. Statute law miscellaneous bill by Amos Wako. The government proceedings bill by Mutura Jr. Perfect bill. The National Honors Amendment bill by Amos Wako, good bill. The public fundraising appeals bill. By Anyang' Nyong'o.
Real quick, how come?
So
Oh, yeah.
this government in waiting that cares so much about Kenya and wants to core Kenya is passing bills that have no impact on the common
Okay,
man.
how come when it came to best performing MPs, why was 7 out of 10 from ODM?
That poll was done by Infotrack. It is based, Infotrack. First of all, the history of Infotrack, I will not even go to it. Where it started, who has worked there, who finances it, and I have tabled that evidence before. But beyond that, let's assume it's new management. What is the poll based on? It is based on perception. So if I land in Kisumu and I get my MP, I get Jeff Koinange and he loves the MP, what he tells me becomes the basis of that poll. There is nothing in that bill that looks at legislation.
Do you disagree?
What looks
Alright,
at legislation?
alright, you disagree?
No, just a minute. What
A
looks
poll is a poll.
no, but legislation is here. I've given you the facts of what they have passed
These are scientific
in
polls.
Parliament.
Okay, gentlemen, we have 2 minutes each.
No,
You're gonna have...
this is a scientific poll.
Okay,
They
real
have to
quick.
appreciate.
Okay, Alai,
There was a poll saying from Synovate recently,
Yes.
saying how
Who
the
was
president is very
Synovate?
popular.
Exactly.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Even that,
Alai.
political opinion polling in Kenya
Alai,
is...
you have a minute. That's your camera.
Yes.
Closing thoughts.
I think the government has tried, but they are nowhere near even convincing Kenyans that they are serious about running this country well. The security is still a challenge. There's tribalism, which they have to sort out, because I believe that if we don't sort out tribalism, many things will not be sorted out. The economy will not be sorted out. You've seen where the dollar is with the shilling. I think that the government can still do more on the energy level. The government has done a lot of things on the infrastructure. You know, the SGR, despite the quality, I think I've not seen much. I don't know much about the SGR, but I think that from the pictures Itumbi was circulating today and on Facebook and Twitter, I think they are good. So I would give the government maybe 4 out of 10.
4 out of 10.
Yes.
If Baba runs in 17, will he win?
Baba can win. Baba has won twice. I told you.
And
Baba has
lost in the Supreme Court. Anyway,
Dennis, last word.
this is a fact in the energy sector. Next week, I invite you to look very carefully at the presidential diary. The president is about to launch something
What?
that is going to ensure every home in this country has access to electricity. And the issue of connection fee, which I've seen running on my Twitter now, is going to be sorted once and for all. But it's not in my place to announce exactly. It is the president who will announce. But finally, every primary school is connected to electricity. We are changing the road sector. We are changing the health sector. We are delivering the tablets in schools next year.
The
But
broadband
finally,
The laptops.
there is, yes, we are delivering
Now
the tablets.
Oh, now the
There's no
tablets.
laptops.
The purpose of the laptops and the
And the
tablets
tablets
is
are
going
the
to achieve
same.
the same thing. My friend,
Yes.
I'll conclude this way.
Go on.
In the words of the president, during his State of the Nation address, the state of the nation is strong. Let the love of our country be our guiding light in all that we do. So, dear viewers, may God bless you and keep you. We will transform this nation.
You did say
Government-
God bless
this
Kenya.
government is full
God
of
bless
fear.
Kenya.
But you know, I would ask Dennis,
Yes.
please tell the president to address the security of the CAF.
Dennis,
No reading of papers.
Just address it.
Tell Alai to get the right story about security first, then comment about it. Throughout this show, he does not have the facts. But from now on, I will ensure Alai has facts so that he communicates the right thing.
You know?
Gentlemen, it's good to see you guys. It's good to see real Kenyans debating real issues in real time. And after
Yes.
all, these two, they may be frenemies in social media world, but they both mean the same thing for this country. They both mean good for this country. That's why we call these folks the future of Kenya. Keep tweeting at Ole Itumbi, at Robert Alai, at Koinange Jeff. The hashtag is JKL. Tomorrow night, oh, you guys are gonna love this. The superstar herself, Suzanne Owiyo.
By the way, Miguna said what on the show? Tell Miguna not to be so full of himself. Because, you know, Miguna has even run away from his rural home.
But he likes you though, he likes you.
No. The problem with Miguna is that he's perfect and
I gotta
everybody's...
go. I gotta go. Director's killing me, man. He's killing me. But
You can extend it for Kenya.
Let Miguna
Tomorrow
write
night.
books. Respond with a book to Miguna.
indeed,
Yes.
Suzanne Owiyo, right here on JKL.
Oh,
And if I can end with a quote, my wife told me to say this at the beginning of the show.
she has an art center.
She does.
That's my greetings.
Dennis quoted the president. I'll quote the late, great Martin Luther King. When I can say this, free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, we're free at last. Thanks for watching. Good night. Good luck.